So these are some of the things that happened yesterday. Take a look. So prior to the State of the Nation address, I posted here some of the expectation of the people, and they narrated their stories, what they were expecting in the State of the Nation address. It was basically in Botswana, so some of you were not happy. Sorry about that, because it was not even having a subtitle. So sorry about that. So yesterday, there was State of the Nation address, and it was a colorful moment. Take a look at some of the various dresses and all of that, the African, the gallant, the beauty and all of that. So, well, I don't know which one attracted their attention. Let us know in the comment section below. And I want to state that the State of the Nation address, I pin it on my wall on the post. You can go and check it. But also under this video, I'll pin it there, so you can just tap the link, download it, and read it, and have your own, view, have your own understanding, and you know the direction the president of Botswana would like to take the Botswana, so that if you're an investor, you know which area to focus on, because it was very elaborate, very concise, deep, document. So make sure you download it. As I said, it's in the comment section, pinned there. Go to download it, the Google Drive, and download it for yourself, your own consumption. So that is it, by the way. But let's look at some of the things that were discussed yesterday.
I believe the sentiment that we're going to see in the coming days is the fact that Botswana feel very much included. They've been provided so much substantial information and detail. But primarily, like you indicated, our president was honest. He did not just highlight the successes and the strategies coming ahead, but he was frank, for example, about the economic situation. We also sensed sustained urgency. He didn't feel dejected about certain projects and ideas that may take much longer, and was frank about where we need assistance with additional ideas, including gender-based violence. So the sentiment that we can anticipate on that basis of this presentation is that people do feel the acknowledgement and the empathy towards their prevalent circumstance and the squeeze we spoke about earlier. But also people are seeing a wider map of the avenues that we're going to traverse in terms of economic opportunity for every demographic, that is. And then finally, the timelines of delivery. We have information on what we can expect when, and that relieves a lot of the pressures and anxiety of people who are waiting to understand what they can benefit from and when. So I believe Botswana are going to be very satisfied. They feel included and consulted, and going forward, it's going to look very good if it stays this way.
This is the second State of the Nation address after, the President Maboko came to office. He delivered the first national State of the Nation address. This one is the second one. So in brief, he has a very unique theme for the State of the Nation address yesterday. He said, the steady path delivering on our promise, one step at a time. So that's how he actually themed the whole State of the Nation address. And some of the things highlighted, I'll try to highlight some of them. The first one, he talks about delivering on promises, as to whether he has delivered on the promises. Because of the promises, that's why the people voted for him. The promises attracted the people to vote for him. So did he deliver on the promises? He talks about fulfilling some major campaign promises. He talks about tariff cuts. He also talks about the increases in pensions. He talks about increases in student allowances, and then social sector reforms. He also touched on the economic transformation and diversification. That has been a major issue. They promise the people that when they come in, they will make sure that they diversify the economy, so that you not rely solely on diamond, the reason why they are suffering or having some challenges. Under that, we saw some outlining. He outlined the roadmap for economic diversification. He talks about job creation and private sector-led growth, and then align with framework of National Development Plan shelf. So he talks about that, and then he talks about focusing on reducing the country's reliance on diamond revenues, like I said. He also says something about mining and resource control. He announced concrete steps towards the strategic acquisition of Anglo-American's control stake in DBS. And then this move is aimed at positioning Botswana to capture greater value from its diamond resources and promoting resource sovereignty. So the last one on mining and resource control, he talks about the diversification into other minerals, like I said, such as uranium, manganese, and iron. So that is it about the mining resource control. He, as I said, take your time, read the document. Okay, it's there, and you'll be able to have the full gist. The address acknowledges the current economic strain, high public expectations, and the need for political resilience. So he talked about that. And so as a leader, you have to acknowledge there are some leaders that will never acknowledge the time in which they are, even when things are hard. They fail to acknowledge that things are difficult and fail to admit that citizens are really suffering. But he acknowledged the fact that no, we know the time in which we are. We're having some challenges, economically, and other aspects, that of the health sector as well. But he said we will fix it. That is what makes a leader, that to acknowledge the weaknesses, the challenging time in which they are, and also promising the people that indeed we are ready to fix it. In essence, the 2025 SONA, or State of the Nation address, focus on proving the government's commitment to its electoral promises, charting a course for greater economic diversification, and asserting more national control over its core diamond resources. That is basically some of the things highlighted by the president in the State of the Nation address.
I think the president was very comprehensive, and usually when you are just looking at headlines on social media, you don't get the gist of what the president is truly saying. What I can say, my experience of today is I got to listen to him from start to finish without coming across cards and headlines and sensationalized bits. So I got a better feeling, and I feel I understand the president, and I get his sentiments, and I believe the future is bright. I don't know how it's gonna be distributed amongst the artists, but as an artist right now, about 10 years in the industry, I'm aware of systematic problems with the way money has been previously being distributed. Money usually doesn't trickle; it ends up with only a few people. But now, I'm waiting and listening. How is he going to distribute the 200 million? Now, the 200 million, so I'm very interested in how they are going to distribute the money, who's going to get the money, and how.
Yes, the speech at the beginning, I really thought it was very realistic, because it was talking about the real practical ways, like the president said, one step at a time. There are hurdles, there are some real issues that are out there. And the other thing that I really thought was good was that he did acknowledge that the first year was really basically about learning, seeing the system, seeing how things are working. And there are lots of good things that seem to be coming. Lots of mining minerals that are around in the country. And we are just to see how practical it is, how it's going to be implemented in the next 12 months. Yeah, I think the 200 million, especially that it's from 2 million, if I got it properly, I think that's really, really amazing. Many of our young people actually are creatives, and I think they'll benefit in a big way. And I hope the money really is channeled to creatives and not in-betweens that usually channels the money.
Well, but talk is cheap, but on the whole, I'm not satisfied. In my honest reaction, I'm not quite satisfied. But now we talk of plans, we talk of strategies, all these things that we're doing, all these things that we have, we've been there before. the problem in the implementation. Too much talk and no implementation. I'm a little bit worried. We will see next year, but so far, not yet, not quite.
What about
and
these deals that he was saying are getting clenched, that they're going to unlock value for the nation, money is coming, BDC is going to save the health sector infrastructure?
Like I said, we but now, what about the 12 billion some, what was it? Some Arabic guy, rich guy from
which never came.
That's where my problem is. We of course, for the state of this nation, we really wish those things would come. I'm a little bit worried because for instance, has everybody any benefit from the home some benefit or some value in it, but we have not seen any value trickle down to Botswana, to Botswana. We still go on 1,000 more from Brazil. I'm a little bit worried there. And also, I'm a little bit worried what are the 200 million, what are the creatives? Well and good, I accept.
From the levy.
But you don't throw money at problems. Money is never solve problems.
So you think there should have been a better strategy behind it?
There should have been a better strategy, this strategy. And creatives, I am happy that somebody's going to get a little cash. Some people I know are going to use it prudently and perfectly. I know that. But not with a public broadcast. For me, that's more long-term solution. They still want to hang on to television and radio, just like the former government.
So you feel like there wasn't much said about the press?
The creative industry, it's that's what I feel. I'm also a little bit worried. The tone of the president, how we got the press, the media, I'm very worried. I'm very worried because we got freedom of speech, human rights, whatever, but what about the rights of journalists now? What about the right for journalists to explore and write and really? I'm worried about the tone of the president towards the media. I think the media, the president needs to tone down. The president needs to accept that the media is there. The media is a watchdog. The media will write and question us.
I was actually going to say the media was missing good governance and peace and security. We saw the media at the beginning of the speech.
But improve these institutions, these industries. Media, we just bash on the media. I'm not very happy about that. Also, I'm not very happy about when those interventions are health, more comprehensive. The problem we're facing is very, very dangerous. It affects almost every household. But the interventions I glamorize this problem that we have. It's a serious problem that we have. When I was about health insurance, whatever, those will probably take forever to happen. But I need to hear that. So.
And on that note, and now that is a referral hospital, you can't just go there.
Yeah.
So how is this affecting life?
It's affected life tremendously because the clinics they've been under-resourced, from human resource to all the things that they use. The machines, now when you say that people must start polyclinicking, they've been overwhelmed from long time. Now it's even worse now today because it's quite a crisis. It's something that we're discussing, something that we continue to engage. We have what is called the Leadership Forum, where we sit as leaders of all the departments and ministries within the district gore tsa anisetso teng gore as the leadership in the district. So re ntse ra buisana re tla leka gore re itsibogele re bona gore what is the best way to go about it. There's another challenge. Even if we were to open it up as it has been, shorter, because remember, the whole district the only hospital is and the church has done so well over all these years, but now the government still like 80% of what they need. So this crisis is able to so now it's even worse because of this crisis now. So I'm not very confident for us to criticize for us to add a contribution, we will do so. Where we have to contribute an alternative voice, we will endeavor to do that, to help, because at the end of the day, it's going to affect all of us.
What about the economy? Do you think the plans that were put before us are actually going to deal with the challenge of the recession that we are wading through?
I'm a little bit worried. This triple P by Giraja, I don't think they're rolling it out nicely. I'm worried. I get sure what I see. But like a example, Bono housing program. They take 175 plots. They give it to private sector, a South Africa company, to build, to sell. How is that going to revive our economy? How is that going to revive our economy? In all honesty.
So it's putting money in the investor's pocket, not necessarily in the local's pocket.
I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't see I don't get it. I'm telling you, I'm worried. I'm scared. Some people say this government is going to sell our birthright. I'm starting to agree with that. And I'm not sure if they're doing it unknowingly or intentionally. How do you get free pieces of land, 175 plots, you give them to private sector to develop, then they sell 700,000. Mibare Bono is meant to alleviate a little mat, also to give first-time house owners mat. A first-time house owner is the moto who qualify la media class. 700,000 for a house.
And don't forget to like, comment, and then also subscribe to the channel. The flood is all over. It's pouring this morning in Botswana. And look at it. Look at the streets. Look at the street. Look at the street. It's sad. It's sad. And someone is asking the question that, is it really not about the rain, or we are paying the price for a poor drainage system? So look at it, Haboroni. Look at Haboroni. Look at Haboroni. It is sad. It's all over. It's all over. See the cars. You see the water. You see water all over. Yeah, so I think they have to do something about this, because it keeps on happening. Last year it happened. It was not easy. This year you can see what is happening again. So I think they will do something about it, because the drainage system will be choked. People are not working on it again. It's sad. It's sad, like it happened. We pray that nothing happens, no, not be any casualty in this whole thing. So let us know in the comment section how the situation is, at your area. Let us use this platform to also know how you are doing. So that is what I want to report on.